Okay, guys, in this lesson, we're going to learn how to divide decimals. Okay, if you can do long division, you can divide decimals. There is only one quick smidgen of a change with dividing decimals in 6th grade, then 5th grade here in the great state of Pennsylvania. And that is you will now have a decimal in your divisor. What? Believe me, it's fine. You'll be fine. It's not hard. You can do this. Okay? So, when that happens, when you see your decimal, like down here, right here, okay? When you see this, you have to move it over to make 26 a whole number, okay? When you move it, one place value to the right, then over here in your dividend, you have to move it one place value to the right. So then, now, this is your new problem. You just go ahead and divide like normal. Bring the decimal straight up. Done. That's it. That's how you divide decimals. Video over. Just kidding. The video's not over. Come on, Avery. That was funny. Don't give me that look. Okay. So let's do this example. Okay. So we have 2.6 as our divisor. So make sure you know these terms, okay? And then we had 7 and 634 thousandths as our dividend. So what we have to do, decimal point moves to move one place value to the right, decimal point moves one place value to the right. Then you need to rewrite your problem so it's nice and neat. You can get your work done. Okay, the decimal point comes up. Okay, now we're just going to do long division. So you're going to say 26 is going to go into 76 how many times? Now, I know you want to say 3 because 25 goes into 75 3 times. However, what is 6 times 3? I hope you said 18. So 26 times 3 is going to be 78, not 76. So 3 is going to be too big. We must start with 2. So 2 times 6 is 12. I'm going to regroup. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. I'm going to subtract. 6 minus 2 is 4. 7 minus 5 is 2. There we have it. 24 is smaller than 26. There's my check. I can keep going. I need to bring down this 3. Okay? So now I'm at 26 going into 243. Okay? So you're going to say, how many times will 26 go into 243? Well, 26 times 10 is what? 260, right? 243 is close to that. So I'm going to go with 9. So 9 times 6 is 54. 9 times 2 is 18. Plus 5, 23. Let's subtract. 13 minus 4 is 9. Okay, great. I'm going to bring down my 4. So then you're going to say, how many times will 26 go into 94? I hope you think 3. 3 times 6 is 18. Regroup my 1. I should have got rid of that 5. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7. I'm going to subtract. I get 16. Uh-oh, but I have a remainder. What am I going to do? What should we do? In that situation, you put a 0 on the end of your dividend and you bring it down. Okay? And then you say, how many times will 26 go into 160? The answer is 6. Okay? I'm going to run out a little bit of room. I'm going to clean this up a smidge. 160. There we go. 6 times 6 is 36. Regroup my 3. 6 times 2 is 12. Plus 3 is 15. I'm going to subtract. I get 4. Again, I'm going to bring down a 0. Okay. 26. Whoopsies. Goes into 40. Oh my goodness. 40. One time. Okay. 40 minus 26 is 14. It's just going to repeat from there. And I always tell my students, once you get to the thousandths place, you can go ahead and stop and you will round to the thousandths. Okay, so we'll round to the nearest thousandths place. So this is what my answer will be. I know it looks kind of like there's a decimal point there, but there's not. Okay, so that's just the process. We're going to do a couple other examples here. Okay, and so this is just another kind of, you'll see these notes in the Google Slides also, and it's just giving you like some steps. If the divisor has a decimal, you're going to move it over in both numbers. You're going to bring your decimal up, and then you're going to divide, fill in zeros if you need to. And then there's an example here showing each step in how to do that. Okay, I'm going to put in one more example so that we can kind of review that one. Okay, and I just want to make sure that you are still familiar, you still remember dividend, divisor, quotient. Okay, you have to be familiar with those vocab terms in order to be successful here. Okay, so if there's a decimal in your divisor, we're talking about, you know, you guys used to call this the house, right? So we're talking about the number outside the house is the divisor. There's a decimal in the divisor. You move it over to make it a whole number, and however many places you fill it, you move it over in the divisor. That's how many you have to move it over in your dividend. Then you're going to bring it straight up into your quotient, and then you're going to divide just as normal, like you would with standard algorithm. Okay? So if I give you 81.27 divided by 9, okay, I'm going to say this is 0.9. Well, so that means I'm going to move this over 1. That means I have to move this over 1, right? So my new problem is going to be whoopsies. It's going to be 9 as my divisor, and then it's going to be 812 and 7/10 as my dividend. Okay, so then I'm going to say 9 goes into 81. 9 times 9 is 81. I subtract 0, bring down the 2. 9 goes into 2 0 times. 0 times 9 is 0. I subtract 2, bring down my 7. 9 goes into 27 3 times. 3 times 9 is 27. Right? When I subtract, I will get 0. My answer is going to be 90 and 3/10. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions about dividing decimals, please email your teacher. Come see us if we're in class, and we'll be happy to help you. Okay?